Hi.
Hey Lee, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Have a nice
you're
evening.
What's going on?
Well, I thought I had to rep my new merch, had to put my bandana back on so people know who I am.
Oh, you've got your own merch line now, have you?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Welcome everybody to this live stream with me, Lee, and Ali, who is standing in for Jules, because Jules has gone out for a wonderful evening of rug tufting that with some of our colleagues. So Ali is going to help me out today. Everybody be nice to him. He's from New Zealand, so what you absolutely cannot do in this is trick him into saying the word six or deck, because please don't ask any questions that might lead to him saying the word six or deck, because we'll get kicked off social media.
We absolutely will.
Welcome to welcome to our first Q&A of 2026. 2020 when, Ali?
2020, our second, the first one of 2026. That's right. Yeah.
So welcome to this live stream. We like to do these live streams every now and again to kind of catch up and connect with the Wildkind community when we're not in a wonderful forest all together. And the idea is that anybody that is new to Camp Wildfire can ask us any questions, because it's a pretty unique experience. So it's quite hard to get your head around until you've really been there. So this is a great place for you to ask any questions. There's tons of new people that already booked tickets for next year with the ultra early bird tickets. So if you're one of those people, just pop any questions in the comments and we'll answer them so that you know what it's all about. And for everybody that has been before and is coming back onto this just to hang out and catch up, the theme of this week's live chat is really what's next. We just closed out our 10th anniversary in absolute style. It was the most amazing 2 weekends we've ever had, and it was great fun. But we very much see that as the end of chapter 1, and now it's like, what can we do for chapter 2? So what do you want us to be doing at next year's Camp Wildfire? What do you want us to be doing around Camp Wildfire throughout the year, if you've got some ideas there? And how can we what can we deliver to make this even more incredible kind of like community and things to do for you? So we kind of started a lot of these chats in at camp with the camp council meetups and with mine and Jules's founders talk. Started touching on some like ideas for the future. So if you've got some awesome ideas for the future that you want us to try and do, please throw those in the comments as well, and we will cover those. I put
a story out earlier today, Lee, on our Instagram, and there's a few questions. So should I fire some at you now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So one from First Jade Kit asks if we could do a follow-up Cupid's Club somehow. I want to find someone, but I'm too shy to post in the group.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah, we haven't. Cupid's Club has never kind of like extended beyond the festivals, so that's definitely something we can try and do. We could also try and do some like online stuff, like a little Cupid's Club group maybe or something. So yeah, definitely. I think the only difficult thing with that might be where we do it in the country, because people come to Camp Wildfire from all over, all over the country and all over the world now. So just drop us, if you're interested in Cupid's Club meetups, drop us some messages in these comments on like locations that would work, and maybe we can get something simple going for you, really easy, just kind of like without much effort or cost or anything.
Yeah, awesome. Got another one from Jackie14W, who asks, will you open more security or check lanes? Weekend 2, the lines were quite long last year.
Yeah, we were asked to increase like the levels of searches by the police at quite last minute. So that's slowed it down. We will have more like reserve lanes available next year, so that if the similar thing happens, we can open up those reserve lanes, to keep it flowing quicker. Yeah, it was fine at weekend 1. We were caught a little bit off guard for weekend 2, but we won't be caught off guard with that again.
Fantastic. Got another one here from the AB7, who asks, could you do a specific campfire songs time in the evening? Sort of some campfire songs around our 2 beautiful campfires.
Oh, what a proper old school, like sing along. My dad will know all those songs actually. In fact, I think my dad might have led some of those at like the original, first year or something like that. So yeah, it's definitely something we can look to get back involved for sure. If there's anybody, if anybody out there knows those songs and how to run that kind of thing, let us know. Yeah, we can kind of maybe like push it even further, do the old like gang show type stuff. Could be fun. I've got loads of questions coming in here now as well. I'm looking on Facebook and YouTube. Sam Henderson says, upgrade Games Arena to a Coliseum.
Great idea.
I like that. Like, big sky, blue sky thinking. It's on our list to upgrade that. We can't upgrade it yet because there's no space left. But with our like future plans, probably not in 2026, but it will happen in probably 2027. That some things will move around, which will allow us to upgrade the space of that.
Yeah, it was interesting looking back at like the last 10 years. So I obviously did some like digging at like what the very first Patrol games looks like, and it's grown massively. The ones we've got now are 10 times the people. So
wasn't it just like a bench? It was like a bench, like by the side of, instead of all those like arenas.
Yeah, I think it was a bench and a couple of pieces of string and I think a hula hoop. So it's definitely evolved a lot since then. I've got one from Carla S615, just says, make it longer. Oh yeah.
Just never leave.
Yeah, start the commune out there.
Yeah. It's it might be tough through the like autumn and winter. Not quite as fun. But we can do other things year round to keep the vibe going. If we can't keep that space all year, we can do other things to keep the vibe. So if you've got some ideas of other things that we can do to get everyone back together, let us know those, and we can do those.
You mentioned Cupid's Club before. There's a couple coming through on our Instagram about that. Emma X Hutching says, I'm interested in this Cupid's Club, please. What is it? It's their first time coming this year.
So Cupid's Club is our kind of like on-site dating club. It's meant to be kind of like an antidote to online dating. Everything is completely analog. We make like little analog profiles which go up on the wall in the Cupid's cabin. We have a whole team of Cupids who do like matchmaking between people across the weekend. There's lots of like meetups for people, singles or polyamorous people looking kind of to meet others, it's just like our on-site dating club that we've been just sort of doing as a fun little sideline around the main program. So we usually organize all of that a bit later in the year, so some more information will come out about that early next year. You know what, we should probably do it around Valentine's Day or something, because that's when people do things like that.
Great idea. Someone jumped on the back of it and asks, there needs to be a chapel. Let There Be Light Pink says there needs to be a Camp Wildfire chapel. They want to be camp married. Going to fish in some photos.
You know what? We've had so many requests for like genuine, like married, like people that genuinely want to get married at Camp Wildfire now that we wouldn't ever be able to do like the legal bit, but we have talked about creating like a little sort of forest area that people can do those kind of ceremonies. I know that somebody did a like hand tying ceremony this year and some nice things like that. And we had loads of proposals as well, which is really it's really cool to be part of that. So yeah, we could create like a little sort of like woodland chapel type space that people could maybe book out for like periods of time if they want to run their own little ceremonies. That's a nice idea. That's cool.
Yeah, super cute idea.
Cool. I got some here. Lois says, love camp again. Would like to do balloon modeling. Would make a great activity. I don't know what balloon modeling is, but it sounds fun because it's got balloons. So we will pass that on to Laura, who programs all of our activities for you. Thank you very much for the idea. Glenn also says, can there be a dedicated shuttle bus for the boutique area? Because they ended up waiting a long time because it does the pickups at general camping first. It was getting filled up there. That's good insight. I didn't know that was happening. So Glenn, thank you very much. We will pass that on to the operations team and we will work out a solution so that that is not happening, so not kept waiting. We'll definitely do something for you there. Sure. Barbara says, I'm 57. Am I too old to join in? Ali, what do you think about that?
Absolutely not. I think I've been to 4 Camp Wildfires now, and the age range is so diverse. You have people from ages like 20, 22, right up to, I think I met a 74-year-old at Wildfire 1 this year. So there's such a diverse and inclusive age range. I think whatever age you are, you're going to fit right in. So Barbara, not too old. Whether you want to come solo, we have a bunch of solos that come too. You want to come solo with a friend? Yeah, you'll fit right in.
Yeah, generally anybody that's wondering, like, will I fit in here? The thing that makes people fit in at Camp Wildfire is just like a mindset. It's just a mindset of like wanting to try new things, wanting to meet new people, wanting to like have a good time and be silly and like not take life too seriously and just like just so. If you're thinking I love the idea of this, will I fit in? Then you will, because you've got the right mindset, because it's you're excited by it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a question here from Valena_11, who's asking, what's the big difference between Elemental Standard and Dynamo tickets?
Good question. So we have 3 different ticket types. So elementary and standard and dynamo. Basically, it's just like how many activity credits are included in those. So when you buy your ticket for Camp Wildfire, a quick explainer for people that haven't been through this before. It comes with basically all of your entertainment, all of the games, like camping and everything included. The only difference between the ticket types is the number of activities activity credits you get. So you have to use like credits to book onto activities. Some activities are 5 credits, some are 40 credits, and it depends kind of like between that. So an elementary ticket comes with 60 activity credits for you to use, standard with 120, and dynamo with unlimited. If you're not sure which one's suitable for you, generally like standard is what I think is like 75% of people have. That works for most people. It's like the right balance between lots of stuff to do, but not going overboard. Dynamo is if you really know you just want to do like pack in every minute with as many high octane activities as you can. And elementaries for like if you know you're going to want to take it a bit more chilled. You can always book an elementary ticket to kind of guarantee your space at the festival before we sell out, and then upgrade it later. So that's an easy way if you're not sure exactly what to do. You can upgrade it once like we release the package of activities. But yeah, really, I'd say standard, perfect for most people.
Yeah, for sure. Just another one here from the real Rod Clark says, "Hi Lee, good to see you here at the Q&A on weekend 1. Any updates on the recovery tent?"
On the recovery tent? Yes. I think I know what it's about now. It's about somebody came to Camp Council and suggested getting some groups involved, like Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, for people that are coming to Camp Wildfire, but a part of kind of that recovery journey. I didn't know this, but apparently there's like quite a network of people that have like find Camp Wildfire kind of a great place to come because it gives some of that like festival party spirit, but there's lots of very wholesome activities and things to do that don't involve alcohol or substances or anything like that. So we haven't literally, we're just like still packing up and like doing all the admin from last year, but it's something that for people in that community, somebody has like represented you and come forward at Camp Council to suggest that, and we're taking that seriously, and we hope that we can put something in for you this year, but we will give updates. I'd say you need to give us till like probably March to have made some serious progress on that, just the way like our year flows. But yeah, we're big into the idea.
Yeah, awesome. Got another one here from my Shell OZ. Is it weird to book and attend both weekends?
No, go for it.
Yeah, I agree.
There's what to do. Go for it. You might be tired. I think it's very admirable that people have that much energy. I would be shattered.
Carla below said that they've done 2 weekends 2 years in a row. No regrets.
Woo!
Get 6 weekends in 3 years next year, Carla.
Rachel here says the Camp with Camp Wildfire growing, is it possible to have a smaller campfire that's more intimate for like toasting marshmallows and socializing? It's a good idea. I would have to sort of speak to the ops team and the health and safety team. Generally, like since the early days when you say like we used to have, and things weren't necessarily attended to quite as well as they are now. All of the like health and safety elements have gotten a bit stricter since then. So I can ask the question for you, and we can see what we can do. I also have Chris Monahan says, Lee, can you send me the picture I took of you three in kilts? Ah, yes, from the Scottish guys. Yes, I will send that to you. I will find that for you. I'm going to find it right now. Go on, Ali. Ask the question while I find it.
All right, I'll find one. I'll find a nice, easy one for you. What have we got here? I have one from Adam Wilkinson AWI, who says, what plans for next year's patrol? Patrol activities have we got? They love making squirrel face masks and lanterns this year.
I massively overestimated my ability to multitask then. Sorry, I didn't hear that, but I did find this. That's the picture. There you go. I got your picture for you. Yeah, Chris, I will do that right after this for you. Ask the question again, Ellie. Something about lanterns.
So are there any plans for more like activities that are based around the patrols? Obviously, this year we had face masks and lanterns. Are we looking to do more of those or some more of those this year?
Yeah, so lanterns was new this year. We'd never done lanterns before. We have done like pennant flags. So yes, definitely. And if you've got ideas of specific things that you think would work for that, please let us know. But yeah, we love everything to do with patrols.
Fantastic. I've got a question here from Natalia Cian Ferreira, who asks, can you find a way for us to be in 3 places at the same time? So we can do activities? I know you're a busy man, Lee, but maybe in your spare time you could figure that out.
I'll have a think. Yeah. Can I change the laws of physics? Try. Graham here has asked, are all the activities booked in advance and potentially full early? So I'm just going to take this chance to explain basically the kind of the unique thing about Camp Wildfire, which is that, as I said earlier, your ticket includes all of the entertainment and games and activities, and we have a thing called enrollment. So before you arrive on site, I think it's about 4 weeks before the event, enrollment opens. So you get to come onto our website and go into your account and use your credits to book into all of your activities. And so that means it means that when you arrive on site, activities aren't full. They're like, well, they are full, but you've got your schedule. So you don't have to be like worrying about like wandering around and queuing up and deciding what to do next. So that system really helps you get like the most out of your weekend. But yes, so it is all kind of planned in advance. So you want to watch out. If you book tickets, you'll get plenty of like notifications and things, but it will happen about 4 weeks before the event. That you'll get to sign in and do that, and you want to make sure that you're there when that opens, so that you can kind of get your first first and second choices of activities.
Awesome. I have one here from SN Mather, who says, please can we have a screen at base camp showing the patrol games? Lots of people find the area a bit loud and intimidating, so they'd like to be involved, but from afar.
I've not heard that slant on it. So we've discussed for years, we've been discussing like trying to like live stream like the patrol games to like screens around the side of the arena, or to like the discotheque, to like make it more like make it easier to watch. I hadn't considered actually that like people would want to watch it, but in a quieter atmosphere. We were always just had in our head like trying to do it to like to get more viewing capacity. We could what we can achieve, what we found through that is that it's very expensive to basically do that, way beyond what we can afford, because you need cameramen, live editors, the screens, all of like the transmission stuff. That would be to make it a really viewable and great show. What we could do, what is achievable, is like to do a very crude, like some like very crude cameras that we set up with just like statics and not like fancy editing and anything like that, and probably like stream that across to another stage. So I'm keen to hear if that would be like a solution that sounds good to you, or if it, you know, it only works if we can do the like full package. So please let us know in the comments what you think of the like crude solution, and does that solve that for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Chrissy Turner here says, to merch, adding to merch, can we have some kind of waterproof backpack in a material that can add badges to for those that don't want to wear shirts? Cool. Yeah, I mean, I never thought about trying to make a backpack, but hey, we love a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
I have one here from the Owlet blog, who asks for one of the activities to be a first aid training course, like a basic first aid training course.
Yeah, we did do that in year one, I think we did, and then we haven't tried it. Yeah, it wasn't very popular when we did try it in the early years, but that could well change now. So definitely up for giving that another shot, and it's a great contribution to society to have more people in the world that are, capable in situations where those skills are needed.
Absolutely.
Drats here on YouTube says Molotov Jukebox are amazing, stellar work. Can we match that caliber of live performance with them for 2026? Yeah, we started looking at the 2026 kind of like lineup and music, and where we might want to go with that. And yeah, we think that we can take it up a level from where it was this year. So watch this space.
Perfect. I got one here from Jules Vic DJ, who's asking, do we allow emerging artists to play, and how can they apply?
We do. We have very like few slots, but just because like our stages only open like for music around 7 or 8 p.m. and close at 2 a.m. So where most festivals would have like the whole day from 10 a.m. onwards to program a lot more emerging music. We are somewhat limited. So there's very few slots available for it. But if you would like to put your name forward, if you go to wildkind.co.uk, there's a form somewhere on that website. If you go to it will navigate you there, where you can apply as a performer, and then that will get looked at by the programming team. Abducted Alsatian here says, is it normally a rush to book activities? Yeah, it can. Yeah, it's pretty hectic when enrollment first opens, but there's always activities that sell out, that like get booked up very quickly, or like certain sessions for certain activities that get booked up very quickly, e.g. like cocktail making at 6 p.m. Everybody wants to do that. but then they'll be available on cocktail making at 10 a.m. So if you're willing to be a bit flexible, you can usually find some spaces. But there's so much going on and so many activities, and there's loads of I haven't explained yet, like drop-in activities. So drop-in activities are ones that you can't book into, like the water slide or the airdrop or archery, little zip lines, or all these kinds of things that just are around for you to drop in and have a go in between activities. So it can be a bit of a rush to book activities, but you'll have an amazing time, and don't worry about that too much.
Yeah, we also do like a mock activity, sort of a mock enrollment, where you can actually log into your account and see what activities we have. So like a really cool idea is to go in there a bit earlier, sort of when it's the mock, and just add some favorites. So when it comes to the time to enroll, you kind of have those favorites set up, and you can kind of pick and choose and try to get those before they all book out. But it can be quite some of the popular ones do book up really quickly. Yeah.
We've been talking about doing an auto enrollment feature, at some point. Don't know if that will be done this year, where it will kind of you just give some preferences, and the system will kind of create a schedule for you, and different things like that as well. So watch the space on that.
Cool.
Anna Taylor says, are you going to have an online shop for shirts before the event? This is our most asked question of all time now, and we have been trying to launch an e-commerce store for years, or saying we will, but apparently it's going to launch in 10 days time or something like that. So mid-October, I was told that we'll be good to go.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, it is coming really soon, and I know we've been saying that for years now, but it is coming very soon.
That might crash the Streamly. There's too many people excited about the online store now. I got a question here on Instagram from Lee the Minx saying, I have a disability, but I'm thinking of coming along. If I need help, are there people available, and are there activities listed that are suitable for me?
What was the beginning? Sorry,
they have a disability and they're thinking of coming along, but they say that they if they need help, are there people available to help them, and are there activities that we offer that they'd be able to do?
Yeah, so if your disability means that you require what we would call a personal assistant to help you for mobility reasons, then what you can do is, once you've booked your ticket, you can apply for a free complimentary ticket for your personal assistant to come with you and help you out. We do have accessibility provisions, accessible toilet and shower facilities, accessible camping, and accessible a buggy. The access to those things is kind of needs tested, so you have to provide various different bits of documentation to show that those things are required. If you go into our help center, which is campwildfire.co.uk/help, and just search accessibility, you'll find some information about those provisions that we do have. It is an outdoor event, and it is forest terrain. So depending on the level of your needs, there's some things that kind of can't be solved, but you should find information on what we can provide. It's probably worth waiting. We will be reviewing all of that and giving some more detailed information across the next few months. So hopefully we'll have some updates on that by the end of this quarter, so by Christmas as well.
Cool. I have a question here from Valena11, who asks, does she need to bring her own tent, or can she bring a camper van?
Yeah, you can bring a camper van. If you've got your own camper van, you'll need to book a live-in vehicle pitch. They will go on sale at the end of October, beginning of November, and they sell out quite quickly. So make sure you get one of those early. And there's pitches with electric or without electric. It costs an extra £100, I think, to get an electric hookup. Sam Henderson says they missed the morning run as they couldn't get from boutique to main camping. Sam, I had no idea there was a morning run. Was that an official thing run by us, or was that something that was like a community run event? There are loads of community run events, by the way, which is just the coolest thing, and we love it. There's like cheese fest, like pub crawls, bar crawls, like all this kind of stuff happening, which is awesome. So Sam, please let us know if that was an official thing or not, because then we can look into that and make sure that even if it's unofficial, that people can access it, and that it's like we're facilitating everybody getting involved in as much as they can. Lucy says, do you have designated quiet, calm, or sensory places? They're autistic and concerned about overstimulation. Yeah, Lucy, we have the place for you. It's called The Retreat. And The Retreat is exactly that. It's a like quiet place away from everything. There's a cool team that run it with like trained counselors and mental health workers, and just like lots of like help and support for people that require that. Also, just generally, like the forest, there is around the forest, there's like lots of different places to like get away and like quiet spaces for that.
Yeah, I've got one from one of our longtime campers, Macaulay Travels, asks, would there ever be a possibility of opening for an extra day? There's so many fun activities to do, and he'd love to do them all. Any chance of opening up a day or two early?
I don't. It's too difficult with the like all of the stakeholders that we have to negotiate with. It's too hard to get it past them, I think. Sorry.
Yeah, worth a question though. Good question.
Always worth asking, and keep asking, and maybe one day.
Yeah. I've got a question here from Lindsay Jane 88, who says they may have missed this as they're just tuning in for us. They've asked, what's the situation with drinking? Are you able to bring in your own drinks? Do you have to buy them there?
You can bring in as much of your own food as you want. You can bring in as much soft drink as you want. There's like a limit on how much alcohol you can bring in. There's also loads of bars and street food traders and food villages on site. So like if you want to bring your own, that's cool. If you want to buy things there, there's loads of great options as well.
Awesome.
Lois said, how about a woodland lights sensory area? Lois, I've wanted to do something like this in the woods for ages. I'm just waiting for like a little slice of like available budget to come up to create like a nice, like really cool, like light sculpture area. I hear you. Want this too.
Got a fan. I got one here from Will Bennett 536, who asks, can you run through how pre-pitch works? Again this year.
Yeah. So accommodation. Everybody's ticket includes camping in general camping with like your own camping kit. So you don't need to pay anything extra for accommodation if you've got your own camping gear. That's festival style camping, but it's got really good like facilities, like good showers and good toilets and cooking areas, and it's like a nice high standard. And that's how we want it to be, because we want your ticket to feel like it includes, everything that you need for a great weekend. If you don't have your own camping gear, or you can't be bothered to bring it and pitch it yourself, then we do offer two options, which is pre-pitch camping, which is where we'll put up a tent for you, a kind of like a normal hiking style camping tent with or without air beds. Or if you want to go more luxury, we have the boutique camping, which has like different options, like really the nice canvas bell tents, or even like ensuite cabins, ensuite like wooden cabins and things. So those are two options to like upgrade if you want to, but it's not necessary at all. All of that will be available from the end of October, beginning of November. So you'll have like those to book into in about a month's time. And you can spread the cost of those on payment plans, like across whatever. I think it'll be like 9 months by then, or something as well.
Cool. There's a lot of chat coming through on our on Instagram about how they really want to see the patrol games streamed to televisions.
To television?
Yeah,
right.
streamed into their homes. A live stream at their home.
Oh wow! It's a cool. Let's get on the phone to Netflix, Ali.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm first thing tomorrow. First thing tomorrow, Lee.
Sell the rights to Netflix live stream the final. Bigger, it will be bigger than the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, only a couple of years, I reckon. I've just seen a question here from Ben Jackson, who's asked for a silent disco. I'd love to have a silent disco at camp, singing along to S Club 7, Bob the Builder, and Wonderwall. That's also your top 3 artists, Lee. What do you reckon? Silent disco at camp?
Oh, you know what? People request this a lot, and we've always sort of veered away from it because of just like it. I've run them at other events, and it is an admin headache of like managing the headsets and like them going missing and people wandering off and it costing lots of money to replace them all. But you know, yeah, we'll keep coming back to. It's an idea that we will keep coming back to and keep exploring. And if we can find a neat little way to slip it in, then we might do it. It could be something that fits well with some of the like neurodivergent community that attend, that have requested kind of like, you know, it for a kind of like a quieter sort of like party experience that is not too overstimulating. So yeah, it's an idea. It's sitting there, it's chipping away. Maybe it'll happen. We're concerned. We've got some concerns about it, but yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I got another one here from Rooster Rob 17, who has asked if Zorbing can come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we can rotate that back. Why not?
Yeah. Awesome.
I've got here just loads of people saying hey and chatting to each other. Thank you ever so much to everybody that's like answering each other's questions. This is really nice and really cool when this happens. So thank you very much for people taking time to do that. Glenn says, could they have more veggie options? Struggle to find a good veggie breakfast. They were staying in boutique camping. Yeah, fine. We will pass this back and make sure that there are like more veggie options available for breakfast. That's cool.
Awesome. I've got a question here asking when they want to book a live-in vehicle. When are we opening up?
That'll be with all the accommodation stuff that I mentioned earlier. So pre-pitch camping, reserve camping, accessible camping applications, live-in vehicles, boutique camping, all of the extras like spa and wellness treatments will all be available end of October, beginning of November.
Cool. Donna's asked about the closing ceremony. They thought it was brilliant and loved the fireworks. Is this something we're going to do every year?
We're talking about it. Yeah, we really liked kind of the opening and closing ceremony, bookending the weekend. Felt really nice. It won't be with fireworks, that's for sure. But we are talking about if we can kind of like refactor it and create something a little bit different, a little bit more creative, a little less kind of like a little less massive than it was, but still keeping that kind of like sentiment. So yeah, we're thinking about that. I'm glad that you liked that, and yeah, we hope we can come up with something to keep that atmosphere.
Yeah, it was hard to keep that a surprise. I'm not gonna lie. People asked me around camp, "What are you gonna do for the closing ceremony?" I had to keep it under wraps, but I'm so glad we did. It was cool. It was really cool.
I really liked just the like the like all of the lanterns and everything, just like, and everybody with torches. It looked really beautiful. It looked really nice.
So pretty. Got a question here from Boz, who asks, "Can we have a 5th patrol this year?" They want bee patrol by the looks of it.
Bee patrol, like bumblebees.
I guess, yeah.
I've never heard that one before. So I was thinking if I could turn this into a way to make you say the word six. But I was like, fifth, sixth?
I would have fallen for it. I would have fallen for it.
We've had requests for Dragon Patrol, Unicorn Patrol, Wolf Patrol, now Bee Patrol. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Yeah, maybe we could throw in some chaos. It would change. How would patrol games work? It would become a pentagon shape that we'd have to try and build. That sounds hard.
Yeah, really hard. Donna's just said that I asked her question wrong, and she'd like a closing ceremony without fireworks. So,
okay. Cool.
Great.
Sally has said that she recognizes those Scots from the photo. So there we go, bringing people together across borders. Nice. Millie says they've booked on next year but couldn't see where to book a living vehicle. Also, is car camping with a tent okay? Yeah, so you'll need to book a living vehicle pitch for a car, one of those car tent things that fold out, and that will be available end of October, beginning of November.
Cool. I got a question here asking about patrols. They mentioned they have to choose their team. Do you want to go over how the patrols work, Lee?
Yeah, very the short thing is we've been really terrible about telling anybody about patrols. We really have overlooked it, as Ali has pointed out to me recently. So we will be doing some work this year to kind of make sure that there is a fun way to choose your patrol, like some kind of sorting hat quiz fun thing online, and giving more information about patrols and what they mean. But the short kind of answer is there's 4 patrols: squirrels, hawks, badgers, and foxes. And everybody at camp can join one of those 4 patrols if they want. Some people join and change. Some people are like, I'm a badger for life. It's all very silly. And it's just a great way to build camaraderie and get to know people across the weekend, and play lots of silly games. Once you're in it, you do get a bit sucked into it, and it can be a bit. It can really kind of get you, but it's all good fun. So I'd say for now, just choose your favorite animal or choose your favorite color. We will have some more organized ways of dealing with this by the time that you attend next summer. So there will be more on that. Tim says he completely agrees about keeping the closing ceremony. It says a great way to end it, even if there are no fireworks. So that sounds great.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I got one here from Alice Spurrier, who asks, is the intention to keep camp the same size? So I read about, she says, is the intention to stay the same kind of size of 3,000 people? I'm hoping it won't grow too big and lose its lovely feel.
Yeah, so we talk about this quite a lot, actually. We only ever will add a couple of hundred tickets each year at a time, so that we can kind of keep a close eye on how that affects the atmosphere. We know that if we were to suddenly do a 30% extra or a double the size of it, that would be a disaster. So we're cautiously growing bit by bit. In 2026, we're probably not going to grow at all, because we haven't got the space to grow into isn't ready yet. But in 2027 onwards, we might start adding some more tickets bit by bit again. It's a tough balance for us between being able to deliver loads of awesome requests that people want or make things better. So people want the patrol games to be bigger, and to be live streamed and things like that. That's cool, but that takes resources means we need to kind of bring in some more resources, so we have to sell a few more tickets. So we're walking this kind of delicate tightrope between making sure we keep the magical atmosphere, but also making sure that we can keep doing really ambitious, exciting things for everybody that's attending to make it the most awesome experience we can for everybody. So I think it will continue to grow a little bit from where we are now, but we will do that cautiously. We're very, we're very mindful to keep the right balance.
Yeah, awesome. I got a question here from Emma Sparks, who has a small suggestion regarding the patrol games area, and has asked if we can rotate the patrols around. They're a fox, and it would be nice to watch the games from different angles.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to rotate those around, which could be quite fun.
Yeah. They've been fixed for a fair while now, I think. So yeah, we can start to rotate those. That's cool. Yeah, it's a nice idea.
Yeah, cool. Got another one from Fitz the Dragon 85, who asks, what are the chances of a Camp Wildfire tattoo station?
Oh, you know what? We tried to do this year, but it turns out there's loads of paperwork and like hoops you have to jump through to be able to do it. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are very on board with this now. So hopefully we can make this happen. It would be cool.
Yeah.
So I've lost.
I've got one from Susan Mountain, who admits that they joined the Hawks by accident in their first year, and then last year decided to go with the Foxes, but their heart was with the Hawks all weekend. So she recommends sticking with a group, and she's now a Hawk through and through.
Oh, the drama!
Unbelievable.
Woo!
Yeah. It's a bold move.
Yeah.
If your heart's in it, your heart's in it.
Yeah, I guess you've got, yeah. I've got Natalie here who says they've bought an elementary ticket. Can they buy more tokens if they want? So I think you mean credits for activities. And yes, you can. Yeah, you can either upgrade your ticket to a standard, which will be cheaper than buying lots of individual tokens, or you can just buy like 5 credits if you just want 5 more to do something. And yeah, I'd say you don't need to worry about any of that until very close to enrollment, because when later in the year, when we come to enrollment in like July time, we will have like programmed all the activities, and we'll have all the credit amounts, and you can have a look at like, exactly how many you might need. So I'd say right now the job is to just make sure you've got a ticket before we sell out, so that you've got a space, and then you can worry about like exactly how many credits you want later down the line. And it's not going to cost you more by sorting that out later. We try and keep it all very fair, so you can just kind of like get your space now and upgrade and things later down the line.
Yeah, cool. Got a question here from Lady and the Floof, who'll be asking, when our e-commerce store goes live, will we have merch from this year available? Yes,
yeah, we will. That is the plan. Say we will. That's the plan. The plan is we will be available. I've got a couple of people here who are have kind of jumped on. So Susan, Karen, and Helen Cleaver have jumped on the idea of a screen for patrol games. And Helen here said you could use BirdCam. Do you know what BirdCam is? Is BirdCam a thing?
Yeah, I've heard of BirdCams. I've also seen them used at like amateur sports games, where they basically have it kind of follows the action wherever it goes. So there may be a solution that we can look at, so get it done automatically, as opposed to.
Well, I mean, pay for like a whole crew. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll look into that. Nice one, thanks. Cool. Oh, lots more.
I've got one from Wayne Adams, who's asked just about accommodation, and so he's asked whether accommodation is available now, but it's not available to book now. It opens in a couple of months, isn't that right?
Yeah, for accommodation. Yeah, end of October. It's like the first week of November, I think, or the last week of October. It's like right on that, when that cusp. Julie says they loved all the photos that were released last week, but they're thinking there must be lots more photos that aren't published. Is there any way to see a bigger selection of unreleased pictures? Julie, I want to share an idea that I've had with you for a while, and you can tell me if it's a good idea or not, because the team here were like, nah, they're not sure about it. But I think it would be cool, right, if we created a thing where we could get lots of photographers. We have like a couple of photographers already, but we could get lots of photographers at the event that just kind of walking around and can take photos of you doing activities or like you and your friends. And they all just get like put into like one big server. And then you can upload like a profile picture, and it can use facial recognition to find all the photos of you. So you've just got like, without having to like worry about having your own camera or like be distracted from activities, you've just got a collection of photos of like everything that we've captured of you from across the weekend and all those memories for you. I think that's a really cool idea. It would cost us like a fair amount of money to like create, I think, which is why there's some friction from people being like, we haven't got time for that, Lee. Stop. So, no ideas. But I'm keen to know what people think of that idea. Would that be like valuable to you? Would you pay like, I don't know, £5 to use it or something so that we can use that money to pay like a new developer or something like that? So yes, you're right. There are lots of unreleased pictures, but it's the question is, how do we get them out to the right people?
Wow, Lee, that's generated a lot of, we have a lot of people in favor of that idea. Wow.
In favor? Yeah.
People love the idea.
Yeah, cool. Maybe I'm going to start a Kickstarter.
Yeah. This is behind the camera.
Yeah, I just think it's cool because then like you don't, like with so much of what we do is about trying to be like, just live in the moment, just like forget about your phone, just be there, don't worry about it, and so if we just capture all of that for you, then you don't have to, you just zone in.
Yeah, Alice Spurrier makes a good point. Looks like they came solo this year and didn't get many photos of themselves, so be able to have someone there to capture those moments. Yeah, sounds great.
It stops you dropping your phone from like a zip wire or whatever.
Sure.
Okay, cool. I've got loads of people saying they loved Ibiza Orchestra. Can they come back? They were great. We do like that kind of thing, so I'll pass that on. Drop-in rifle shooting was amazing this year. Apparently, yeah, another good one. Baz says, doesn't recognize a person with Lee. Where's Jules? This is Jules. What are you talking about?
Yeah. What are you talking about? Right
here. Yes, she is doing rug making, rug tufting, which we've tried to get. It's a cool activity. It's all over Instagram. You see videos of it. We keep trying to get it to come to Camp Wildfire, but it's so expensive to run. And Jules has wanted to do it for ages. So Sophie from our team has very kindly taken her to do it, which is very cute.
Some research for us. Research. A question here from Macaulay, who asks about the opportunity to maybe do a busking tent. So people attending could go and kind of jam together and make music together to make some nice memories. That's quite a cool idea.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah. And there's definitely some like tents that we could repurpose that sort of like in the campfire area, maybe. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. We'll definitely try and create something like that. Susan says 2-year lurker, first time booker. Yes, taking the plunge. That's what it's all about. Are there any water bottle filling points, or is it buy at stores? Yeah, there's loads of like freshwater taps all over site. So yeah, we don't like single-use plastic or anything like that, and we're not in the game of fleecing people by making them buy really expensive water. That's not what it's about. So yes, there's plenty of places for you to do that. And someone suggested line dancing, which they think would be great. Yeah, cool. Line dancing does sound cool. We've also, along with line dancing, actually, to bring it round, my Scottish mates that I met and took a photo of, they suggested ceilidh dancing. Line dancing, ceilidh dancing, those kind of group dancings, they're great fun, aren't they?
I actually saw earlier there was a question about ceilidh dancing and I forgot to ask it. So it's nice that it's all coming back around.
It is. The universe is on our side.
We have a question from Let There Be Light Pink, who's asking about the nipple tassels. It wasn't here this year. I'd like to see that return.
Oh yeah, so sometimes we're always kind of like cycling some activities in and out, and sometimes we cycle one out and we regret it, and that was one of them. We were like, it's fine, people won't mind. We'll just take a break from it this year. We'll do something different. And the impact has been huge. So I think here we are.
We had many questions about it, so it's good to see the support still there for it.
Yeah. Susan suggested flower arranging. That could be really nice, like a real nice chilled one. Sorry, some of these are really long.
Some really long questions.
Yeah, and some of them are not questions. Some of them are just sort of like train of thought, like in a monologue. So, which is lovely to read, but does throw me off slightly. And I'm trying
Don has asked if we're going to bring June buggies back. They looked really cool this year.
Oh, they were cool, weren't they? Yeah, hopefully I did. Yeah, it was a cool new addition, and would love to bring this back. So hopefully we can. Oh man, I'm so overwhelmed with how many questions there are here. Calden Art says, I only have a large tent, which you'd be sharing. Can you book a larger pitch? So you don't, the camping is like festival style. So it's just turn up and pitch somewhere. We do like reserved camping where you can reserve a pitch if you want. There's only a few of those available. But generally it's kind of just like you turn up and you pitch in wherever there's space. It's more like a festival than a campsite.
We have a question from Emotor Shade 2, who asks, is there a more protected area to house the microwaves and kettles at base camp? There's a fair bit of hokey cokey going on because of the weather.
Yeah, we those like shelters, the like open-sided stretch tent style ones are really nice, but yeah, they did not work with the like higher winds. So that's something we're looking at. We don't know the exact solution now yet, but we had a conversation about it earlier today. Sam says Zorb 10-pin bowling. So that sounds brilliant.
I'm immediately interested.
I think you've asked some of these. Okay. Emma says, could you find a facilitator to rent a portable power bank station? I know people put their tech down, but so many people get worried every year. Yeah, I actually walked past one of these, like in a train station or a pub or something like that. It was like a vending machine type thing. And I thought I took a photo of it because I thought, oh, that could be handy. So yeah, we'll look for something like that.
I've got a question here asking for, we need capoeira dancing, please, from Wayne Adams, 1983. We need it, Lee, apparently. We need capoeira. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, again, if one that was cycled out, maybe it was cycled out too early.
We had someone also ask, Shell Oz has asked about doing little like sports, so like cricket or rounders. We had someone talk about putting up a football goal as well, just sort of around camp as like a little drop-in activity.
Yeah. We get this question. We run another event called Camp Kindling, which is like for families with kids, and they're desperate to have like a football goal. And I know that Ali would love to come and play some football with you. So there you go.
That's super actually my question. Yeah.
Yeah, just like sliding them in. Rachel has asked, do we know if they used a different kind of dye on screen printing this year? Because if they're washing their t-shirts on 30 degrees and it's not holding as well as it has in previous years. Yeah, we can ask that question. I guess they might have switched from like a plastisol, which is like a not environmentally friendly, to an environmentally friendly one, maybe, I guess. But let's get we'll get the facts on that for you and ask.
I have a question here from Sam Henderson, who asks about a Wildkind Spring Awakening event to start the year. Have you got any plans to do other events apart from our camps?
We do. We are hoping to relaunch Winter Wildfire, not this winter, but in winter 2026. So we hope to be making an announcement around the time of this Christmas about something for future Christmas. So that's been a long time in the works. So hopefully that as our first one, and then we've talked about lots of different ideas of like there's like a rafting center that we went to of like, could we do like a little trip, like a rafting day with some people. We've talked about doing like a ski trip. So many different ideas that we're really keen to kind of like start playing around with and testing. We haven't quite had like enough capacity to do them and do them right, because we don't want to do them and do them badly. And we also don't want to do them and be distracted from camp and making sure camp goes really well, because that's such a big task. But it does feel like we're kind of getting to the point that we've got the capacity now to start experimenting with some of these things. So hopefully, and yeah, keep mentioning things of like that you might like or might want. So Spring Awakening, if you just drop us some information about what your vision is for that, what you think that could be like, and what kind of venue and what kind of program, what it would be, then that, spring is a nice time to get together and do things.
Yeah, I agree. Should we do one more question each, you reckon?
Yeah, go on. Wow, that time has flown by. Go on, you go for it. Everybody that has asked a question, of which there are so many that we haven't managed to get to, we will absolutely get back to you in the comments. I say Ali. Well, tomorrow, to make sure that everybody gets the answers, so that nobody has asked something and hasn't been answered. But yeah, we've only got time for 2 more. So go on, you go first, Ali.
Yeah, just to add to that, so yeah, I'll be answering all the questions. If anyone has any other ones, I'll be posting this whole live on our Facebook and Instagram pages anyway, and our YouTube page. But if you have any other questions, just pop them in the comments, and yeah, I'll get around to answering them tomorrow. There's a final question for you, Lee. Can we please have Poppy's Pineapples cocktails back this year?
Yeah, if they're up for it. Yeah, they're great. I think they've been for a couple of years now. So yeah, they're great. They're very good. Okay, I'm trying to find one that hasn't been asked. Donna says, what area will Winter Wildfire be? Do you know? The first one will be London, but we would then hope to take it to some other regions from there, because yes, we know we are very London-centric, because that's where we all live and work and are based. But we have people from so far and wide now that we will start doing some things away from the southeast at some point. That is on the roadmap. Awesome. Cool. So thank you so much to everybody that's joined and asked so many questions and answered so many of other people's questions. And thank you once again to everybody in the community for being so kind and welcoming to all the new people. That's what it's all about. We love that. Final reminder for tomorrow, 10 a.m. super early bird tickets go on sale for Camp Kindling 2026, which is like over 60% sold out already, and we're just in the super early bird tier, which is wild. So they're likely to sell out quite quickly. So make sure you are on the ball at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we wish you a great, adventurous, wonderful, creative weekend, and we will see you all very soon.
Perfect.
Bye.
Everyone, bye.